Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys put some put some motherfucking Coach K full court pressure on that like or dislike button and also that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time your boy E Thriller uploads a video or goes live on my YouTube channel. And once again, this is your boy E Thriller. Welcome back. Now, I'm gonna just give y'all some time to get up in here because I know YouTube tends to take a little bit to send them notifications out. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to give me a drink of water because we're going to get into some shit today, man. We're going to talk a little bit of boxing. Caleb Plant is on my mind today, ladies and gents. Caleb Plant. So buckle up and let me know when y'all are ready. I'm about to go get me some water. I'll be right back. Yeah, man, let's get it. All right. My bad, y'all. Had to go get my water. Y'all know how I do. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's watching this video. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to talk about Caleb Plant, man, because y'all see the title. Is Caleb Plant trying to price himself out when it comes to facing a Canelo Alvarez? I want to know. I want y'all to drop a comment in the chat. And if you want to come on and rock with me, just let me know. I'll put the link in the fucking chat box. But I'm going to give y'all a few more moments before I go in. Now, I'm going to just get straight to it. I don't want to hold y'all for too long tonight. I'm trying to figure out what's up with Caleb Plant. Because I told you guys, I don't know much about him. I've been doing my research on him for about, a week and a half now, just trying to figure out how this fight might go between him and Canelo, right? And everybody and their mama know who follows the sport of boxing that Canelo Alvarez is the biggest fucking draw in the sport outside of Anthony Joshua. And Canelo Alvarez is definitely the fucking cash cow because he puts asses in seats and all of his fights are very fucking exciting, no matter who he is facing, right? So I'm just trying to figure out because from the research I've done, Caleb Plant, he talks like a fighter, he talks a good game, but hey, man, I might have to say this. He is another motherfucking capper. It's cap season when it comes to Caleb Plant because this man just said this shit, y'all, and give me 1 second to pull it up because I'm just trying to figure out how do you go from saying this shit, right? Where is it at? Where my photo at? Where is it at, y'all? Give me 1 second. Where is it? Where is it? Damn, I don't know where that shit went. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. All right. So how does Caleb Plant go from saying, and I quote, I'm chasing greatness and legacy. I'm not the rest of these guys. I don't fear Canelo. I'm trying to become undisputed. That's my main goal, right? But then a report came out, according to Michael Benson on Twitter, who is a very knowledgeable insider in the sport of boxing, right? He came out and said this when Caleb Plant was asked about Canelo in the negotiations or the potential of fighting Canelo. This man said, and I quote, I'm not looking for a penny more than I'm owed, but I also don't want a penny less. I know what some have been paid. I feel Eddie Hearn kind of sold them, meaning Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, out for a little bit of money. I just wanted to be fair, end quote. Now, first of all, Caleb Plant, where do I start? You have a bunch of motherfuckers who are itching who are salivating, chomping at the bit to go up against a Canelo who is the biggest star in the sport of boxing outside of Anthony Joshua, okay, who is the fucking cash cow. You have the perfect opportunity to go up against Canelo for all of the belts at 168 pounds. So why on God's green earth are you trying to talk about money as if you are the fucking A side? I will wait. I will fucking wait. Because I don't understand why these dudes act like we don't have Google, why we can't do our research, like we don't have YouTube and beyond, like we can't find any legitimate sources to remember the bullshit that comes out of y'all mouth because you capping. Because you went from saying, oh, I don't care about money, I'm only care about becoming undisputed and chasing greatness. I ain't ducking Canelo. I'm not scared of him like these other guys. To, oh, I'm not looking for a penny more than I'm owed, but I also don't want a penny less. I know what some have been paid. I feel like Eddie Hearn kind of sold them out. Like, what the fuck is all this weak shit? You either want to fight Canelo or you don't. And the last time I checked, the last fucking time I checked, your biggest payday was against Caleb Truax, I don't know how to say his fucking name, in which you made $750,000. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Joe Saunders just made a career, and I repeat, a career payday of $8 million to go up against Canelo Alvarez. And we all know, didn't nobody go to see Billy Joe, especially not in Texas at AT&T. We all know who sold those tickets. We all know who sold the fight. It was Canelo Saul Alvarez. So who in the fuck does Caleb Plant think he is to come out and say, oh, well, I want more than what the fuck Billy Joe and Callum Smith got? How? This motherfucker I'm not going to say can't because it hasn't been proven yet, but he hasn't even sold out his fucking living room yet, for Christ's sakes. So who are you to say what you are worth against Canelo Alvarez? Can somebody please make that make sense to your boy E-Thriller? Let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know if I'm tripping. Please let me know if I'm tripping, because I thought this dude was a boxer. I thought this dude was about that life. I thought this dude moved and talked like a fucking boxer. But as I can see, this motherfucker ain't about shit. He is another motherfucking capper. It's cap season all over again. So at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if Canelo, who wants to fight in September, who already said, I want you, I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Plant comes up with another excuse, whether it's about money or a ring issue or gloves or I ain't ready for the fight yet. I don't fucking know. But I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo would be fighting somebody else besides Caleb Plant. I'm just going to throw that out there and see if it sticks. Once again, y'all drop a comment below and let me know, because something ain't adding up with your boy Caleb. Where the Caleb Plant fans at? Because again, I don't have anything against the guy. I don't know much about him. But one thing I do know is he's not a fucking superstar. He isn't bigger than Canelo. He isn't bigger than fucking Billy Joe. Yeah, people know of him, but you have to be a serious, diehard boxing fan to even talk about Caleb Plant. Who the fuck are we kidding? Are we going to be real or do we want to fake the funk around this motherfucker? Because y'all know my slogan. I don't discriminate with my criticism because it's constructive and it's coming from a good place. I mean no malice. I mean no ill intent on none of these fighters. I just want to get the fights we want to see, and I just want to see the best go up against the best. And when this man has a fucking opportunity to make $8+ million, this shit is going to change his life and his family's life forever. So why in the fuck is he playing with this opportunity? It's beyond me. The only thing I can think of, personally is this man is just scared to lose. He's trying to hold that belt for ransom as long as he can because he knows Canelo is coming. Pause. Canelo is coming, y'all. Canelo is on a undisputed chase, whether you motherfuckers like it or not. And no, I'm not here, rather, to cap for Canelo. I'm just saying the man has made it very clear on what the fuck he wants to do. And it's pretty damn obvious to me he's doing just that. And then once he take care of his business with the Caleb fucking Plant, then we can say, all right, what's next? What about a Demetrius Andre? What about a David Benavidez, who I personally want to see him fight next? You understand what I'm saying? Or a Jamal Charlo if he get off the boo-boo. You understand what I'm saying? Or maybe a trilogy with Triple G. But right now, fuck all of that because we know what Canelo wants. But what does Caleb Plant really want? I just want to know. Can somebody enlighten your boy E Thriller? What in the flying fuck does Caleb Plant want out of the sport of boxing? Because he's saying one thing, but then he's doing an entirely different thing. I don't know why these guys act like we can't do research. I don't know why these guys think I'm going to give them a pass. These other motherfuckers on these other channels might give them a pass, but I ain't. Because I am the king of whooping a man with his own words because I listen. I listen. Contrary to what y'all may not believe, but I listen. I feel like that's what makes me a great fucking debater. I listen to you. And I'm going to use your words against you as a fucking weapon. So again, y'all see the excerpt. I'm not making this shit up. I didn't put this shit in Caleb Plant's mouth. I didn't make him say this. He said this. I don't know if this is coming from Papa Al or if this is directly coming from him, because we all know the PBC way is to do what? Take low risk, high reward fights. And everybody was saying that Caleb Plant didn't look too hot in his last fight. I thought he looked solid. You know, nothing to tell my mama about. Shout out to Gina. I love you. But at the same time, you know, there's a lot of people that feel like he doesn't stand a chance against a Canelo. He don't stand a fucking chance. Now, I'm one of those dudes that think he has a shot if he can take a punch, if he doesn't fold under the bright lights, and if he stopped talking this weak shit, talking about money. Fuck the money. You're going up against a Canelo. The money is already in the fucking bag. Hey, bro, I ain't even got to count it. I know your money good. You just going to send me the wire right now? All right, cool. My routing number is X, Y, and Z. I bet my account number. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know his money is good. I'm just going to show up and fight. If I'm a boxer, and if I really want to knock him off of the top of the fucking mountain, then I'm going to do whatever the fuck I got to do. All right, Canelo, you want to do this? You want to do that? Oh, you want to choose the color of my socks? All right, cool. Whatever the case may be. That ain't no different than what Floyd had to do going up against Oscar De La Hoya. Because in order for Floyd to go into that money-made persona, he had to beat the man. And the man at the time was Oscar De La Hoya. So I feel like Caleb Plant is possibly flirting with the risk of losing a fucking crucial opportunity and a crack at the best fighter in some people's eyes, not everybody's eyes, in the world, in Canelo Alvarez. So I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. I don't know if he's just bullshitting, but why even put this out? Because y'all know me, man. I am a firm believer of I don't give a damn who's the A side, who's the B side. I just want to see the fight. That's all. I just want to see how all these styles match up. Even if you lose, Caleb, I still want to see you go up against a David Benavidez, a Demetrius Andrade if he were to move up. You understand what I'm saying? Hell, Billy Joe, if he can ever come back from that orbital bone injury suffered at the hands of Canelo Alvarez. I want to see all these potential matchups. Just because you lose one time, that don't mean it's the end of the fucking world. Look at Canelo, for example. He got washed against Floyd, and look at him now. Look at him now. And a lot of people feel like he lost to Laura. A lot of people feel like he lost to Triple G, such as myself, if not one, both times. You understand what I'm saying? So there is no shame in losing that. Oh, why does everybody want to be fucking Floyd Mayweather? It's beyond me. It's really beyond me. And I'm getting tired of saying this shit because I know it sounds cliche and everybody said, but hell, it's the fucking truth. Some of the greatest boxers that has ever laced them up have lost. Some, I hope you're sitting down for this, but some of them have even been knocked out. Mike Tyson got knocked out. You understand what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao has been slept a couple of times. Okay, shall I continue? Evander Holyfield has lost. Lennox Lewis has lost. Roy Jones has lost. Bernard Hopkins, my favorite fighter of all time, got knocked out of the fucking ring in his last match. Shit still hurt to this day, y'all. I probably say it on every episode because that's my guy. He lost. Do you guys get where I'm going? So why is it that these guys are just so reluctant to take risk, to really prove who is the fucking best? I just want to know. Inquiring minds will want to know, Caleb. And this just isn't for Caleb Plant. This goes for Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Javante Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson. I ain't forgetting about him. I like him too. Shout out to Shakur, but hey, you not absolved either. It don't fucking matter. Anybody can get it. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to hold everybody accountable on my platform. That's what I'm in this shit for, y'all. And right now, Caleb Plant is moving a little funny to me, just a little funny, because I don't like what the fuck he's saying. You know? I don't like what he's saying. But maybe, just maybe, this is a mind game. Maybe he's just trying to get underneath Canelo's skin. We see how that worked out for Billy Joe, so I really don't know if he want to go there or not, but hey, to each his own. But yeah, man, when you've only made $750,000 as your biggest purse, who are you to tell the cash cow what the fuck you should make? Let alone, you shouldn't be saying shit. You should be basically thanking Canelo, kissing his feet, clipping his fucking toenails for all I care, just to get a fight. Because do you see how many motherfuckers want to fight with Canelo? All these dudes in the sport of boxing want to fight Canelo. Hell, 147-pounders such as Errol Spence is calling out Canelo for a fight at 160. And Canelo is choosing you over everybody else because of what? You have that strap. You have the last strap at 168 pounds. And are you really going to blow the opportunity to get all of the belts? And not only that, to change your family's life with $8 million plus? Hell, I don't know how much they're going to give you. To me, honestly, you probably only worth 1 or 2. You understand what I'm saying? So them giving you $8 million is kind of generous. I'm just saying. I'm only going to keep it a buck. You understand what I'm saying? Drop a comment below and let me know if I'm wrong. But him asking for more than that, oh my God. I mean, please don't make me fart. And I love to pass gas. But this is bullshit because we already know. Everybody that want to fight Canelo, sure, some of them may feel that they can really beat him, you know, but the main thing that they want is a payday. They want a payday. Shout out to Canelo. And when I read this quote, when I was working today,
get the fuck out of here, man. Please get the fuck out of here, man.
Here, because again, who is Caleb Plant? This motherfucker only got what, 20-something fights? Like, what is he trying to do? I would much rather for him to say, you know what? We ain't ready for the fight with Canelo. Let me get a couple of tune-ups because he clearly has the experience advantages over me, you know, but these dudes' pride and greed and all this other bullshit just comes into play, and I just don't get it. I would much rather for a boxer to be honest than the cap. Because say what you want about Sean Porter, even though I felt like he was capping the entire time when talking about facing Terrence Bud Crawford, at least Sean Porter came out and said that, hey, I'm not fighting Jaron Ennis. I'm not fighting the Virgil Ortiz. I'm not getting in the ring with them young fellas. You understand what I'm saying? And he said it with a straight face. And we all know Sean Porter loved to smile and wear suits and bow ties and shit. Be fresh as fuck, in my opinion. But a lot of people get a rag on him, you know, to each his own. But we know Sean Porter, he's a dog. But he even said, hey, I ain't fighting them 2 young dudes. I'm going to let them dudes fight each other. And I respect that. Did y'all hear me talking shit about Sean Porter for when he said that? Because I appreciate his honesty. And I wish a lot of these other fighters would be more honest when it comes to not taking these fights and stop blowing smoke up everybody's ass. Because y'all act like we not going to do our research. Y'all act like YouTube don't exist. Google, Bing, Twitter, IG. I see quotes and shit all day. I get tickler alerts on boxing because I'm so consumed into this shit. I'm a boxing connoisseur. So I'm always looking for some news to come on to give you guys some content. And when I ran across this today, it just pissed me off, man. It rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, well, wait a minute. This dude ain't built how I thought he may be built. But I'm not surprised because these new days boxers, man, they just prima donnas, they divas, they all want their biggest paydays, but they ain't putting in the work. How in the hell are you going to make yourself or turn you to a household name when you won't even fight each other? You won't fight each other. You know, see, the thing that we tend to forget about Floyd Mayweather, pretty boy that is, he fought the best. He paid the cost to be the boss. Manny Pacquiao as well. These dudes earned the right to call the shots. Hell, Canelo, to a certain degree, has earned the right to call the shots. Let me go get my charger, y'all, because my shit about to go out. Hold on. Pissing me off. Sick of all this goddamn cap. Sick of it. Just be honest. Just say, hey, I don't want to smoke with Canelo right now. I'm gonna hold on to this belt for dear life. Just come out and say that so we can move on. So Canelo can know what the fuck he gonna do next. We ain't got time to wait on these undisputed matches. Hell, it's hard enough to get them as it is. God damn, Caleb. Where your nuts at? Popping all that shit talking about you ain't scared of Canelo, but then when it come time to fight Canelo, you want to talk about money. You want to talk about money. That ain't no different than Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. Bud pull up on him, he want to talk about all this, you got to go get a belt. You ain't did this. You ain't did shit. You ain't fought nobody at 147. Then when Bud go get the belt, he want to say, well, I'm a 60-40 a nigga. 70-30. Fuck it. 80-20. He want to talk about money in public and negotiations so his fanboys can ride for him to create another fucking barrier from the fight, the biggest fight in the 21st century outside of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather from happening. And you guys know I'm not going to let that bullshit fly. So again, Caleb Plant, if you don't want to fight Canelo, then why don't you come up off that belt and let somebody else get that belt and fight Canelo? If you don't want to fight him, just say, hey, man, I ain't ready for it. I don't want to get hit with no rib shots. I don't want to get hit by no uppercuts. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have enough experience to go up against Canelo right now. Just come out and say it. Say it with your chest. Just say it. But you coming out and saying, oh, well, I want more than this. And, oh, I know my worth. And, oh, Eddie, I feel like he shortchanged Billy Joe and Callum Smith. Who are you to say that? And I can make a point that you're not even bigger than those two guys. So again, you would be lucky to get a $2 million payday, a payday. You would be lucky to even get that. And I'm not one to count a man's pockets, but again, like I said earlier in the stream, and if you haven't done so already, go back and listen to it after this video. And please, on your way in, hit that like button for your boy and sub to my channel because YouTube be hating on my shit, but it's okay. It's okay. But back to what I was saying. If Caleb Plant really don't want the smoke, then just say so. Because you have not done nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, to try to call a shot with, to tell Canelo or Eddie Hearn any fucking thing. Anything. You hadn't put in no work. Can't sell out shit. Ain't been on pay-per-view yet. Your last fight was on Fox. Okay? Okay. And those are my thoughts, man. I mean, hey, if you guys agree or disagree, just let me know. Drop a comment in the chat. But let me get to the super chats, man. Let me see. Shout out to my boy Poetic. He said maybe he's just trying to see if he can get more, not necessarily ducking. Okay. Okay. And then he also said getting greedy. Yeah, man, I just feel like, why are we even talking about money? Because I feel like, hey, I always make this point with Errol Spence. Errol Spence make all this shit up about this money talk with when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford, right? But why haven't we heard anything about him in Ugas? Why haven't we heard about 60-40, 70-30, or 80-20, or what the fuck we gonna give him? Why haven't we heard about that when it comes to Ugas? You know, why haven't he came out and said Ugas ain't done shit at 147? You understand what I'm saying? You see what point I'm trying to make? But let me get back to the chat. Shout out to my boy Robert Games, man. I see you. I appreciate you for rocking with me, man. Poetic said, at least Sean don't dress like every other black dude with money, chains, skinny jeans with hoes and watches. Yeah, facts. And all these boxers want to be rappers. They dress like rappers. They wear the little choker chain, you know, the designer shoes with the tight ass jeans and the same shirt. That's all they do. That's all they do. Shout out to Boxing Syndicate. He said Andre should go after him. Facts. But one thing about Andre, he's still campaigning at 160, bro. So if he's really serious about fighting Canelo, drop that belt, move up to 168 and challenge David Benavidez. That's how you get a fucking fight with Canelo, in my honest opinion. That's what I would advise him to do. If you want to make some noise, If you want to get a shot at Canelo, aka the pay-per-view cash king, cash cow right now, outside of Anthony Joshua, you got to prove yourself. You got to prove yourself because he got 30-something fights and he ain't fought no fucking body. Nobody. You know, his career's just being wasted away due to bad promoters and all kind of bullshit. Hell, I don't know. People freezing him out because they scared. Whatever the case may be. I don't think David Benavidez would turn a fight down with him. That's why I say he should go after him. But that's just my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. But like I told y'all earlier, man, I ain't going to hold y'all too long, man. That's just what I had to say. If anything else breaks, maybe I'll come on a little bit later tonight, maybe not. I'm going to probably stream me some goddamn NBA 2K. So if y'all play games or whatever, you got a PS5 or Xbox Series X, pull up, drop your gamer tag. We can get it in, man. Chop it up. Talk about the NBA, talk about boxing. Of course, the Lakers look a lot better. Shout out to the Lakers. That's my team. Y'all already know. AD has been balling. Poetic. Just FYI. I hope you've been watching AD. I know he didn't play last night. But over the last, 2.5 games, the man had 43 one game, 30 another game with 12 boards in each game and 5 dimes. You understand what I'm saying? Because I remember on that last episode, you were shitting on my boy AD. You understand what I'm saying? So I would love for you to come on and say what you got to say about AD again, because my man has been balling. And we all know what LeBron going to do. I'm not worried about LeBron at all. The only thing I worry about with LeBron is his health, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I trust him the most whenever the playoffs come. Whenever the playoffs come around, I can trust a LeBron, Ramon, James. But I guess that's another topic for another day. And I'm just going to drop the link in the chat if somebody want to come on and rock with me. If not, then I'm going to head on out, man, and enjoy the rest of my night with my fam. There go the link. He said, also, he only made 13 shots in that 40-point game. Okay, so you already trying to discredit AD. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, Poetic. Don't do me like that, man. Anthony Davis, outside of Kevin Durant, in my honest opinion, Anthony Davis is the biggest mismatch in basketball. He is the biggest mismatch because this man can defend all 5 positions. He runs the fucking floor like a gazelle. You understand what I'm saying? He can post up. He can face you up. He can hit jumpers. The midi game is on Hall of Fame. You know, his badges are all on Hall of Fame. We all know he can pick and pop. He can dribble. He used to be a guard in high school and college. You understand what I'm saying? So what on the floor can't this man do? Now, there are spurts in games where I would like for him to be more assertive, you know, to dominate and be a lot more meaner. But I ain't even gonna lie. I seen that in the playoffs this past season in the bubble against Miami in the finals. I'm talking about he was just punishing them little dudes. He was punishing them. So AD, man, he earned my respect. He is fragile. I would give you that point. He's very fucking fragile. Every time he go up and down the court, I'm just wincing because I just don't want a limb or nothing to break on AD. You understand what I'm saying? Because it seems like he get hurt every other play. So it remains to be seen what the Lakers are going to do. In my honest opinion, as long as LeBron is going to be at least 80% of what LeBron, Ramon, James can be on a day-to-day basis, and AD is playing the way that he's been playing as of late, then I see the Los Angeles Lakers, even if they were to be in the play-in tournament, cruising, and I repeat, cruising to the Western Conference Finals. Do I know who they're going to play against? I don't know. But I'm predicting the Lakers, as long as AD is healthy and LeBron are healthy, to make it to the NBA Finals, to go up against the Brooklyn Nets. That is my prediction, y'all, and I'm sticking to it because I know y'all seen Pepper Jack last night. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, Pepper Jack is my second favorite player in basketball. They should call me James because I'm going hard in this bitch. Did y'all see that man last night? Dropping dimes, playing defense, orchestrating the offense. He's the best point guard in the NBA. I don't give a damn what nobody say. And I know Steph Curry is on the turf, but I don't look at Steph as a point guard. To me, he's a 2 guard. James Harden is a point guard. He always has the ball in his hands. Pause. Right? He's efficient now. He doesn't get to the free throw line like he used to because he's a lot smarter. He's a lot strategic whenever he attacks defenses. And it's going to be much harder to stop the man because he's playing with two future Hall of Famers alongside of him who can also both go off for 60 points at any given moment. And not to mention that these dudes are surrounded by perimeter shooting. So you can't help off of James Harden. You can't help off of fucking Kevin Durant. And you can't double team Kyrie Irving because you got Joe Harris on the wing, Shamit, fucking Jeff Green who can knock down shots. Blake Griffin can hit threes on occasions. They have unlimited, and I repeat, unlimited offensive weapons at their disposal. I mean, honestly, if I'm a coach, if I'm Frank Vogel, I don't know how I would try to defend these dudes. And I know the Lakers have the best team defense in the NBA, but there isn't a player or a soul on planet Earth that can even slow down a Kevin Durant. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody can slow down Kevin Durant, y'all. The man is 6'10". He has handles. He can drop draws with the best of them. And when I say drop draws, I mean shooting. That's what I mean by that. Drop Draws Productions. He is the CFO behind the CEO and Steph Curry, because Kevin Durant is one of the greatest shooters I have ever seen, y'all, especially at that fucking size. I mean, what are you going to do with him? You can't foul him because he's shooting 90% from the free throw line. He can post you up. He's taller than 95% of the players in the NBA. And if you are his height, he's quicker than you. I mean, this man is a goddamn demigod. You know, if you guys play 2K, then you will know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just a creative player. Like, he can do everything. How am I supposed to defend this guy? And to make matters worse, he's playing with James Harden again, who is a former MVP, who is one of, if not the best players in the NBA. Coupled him with Kyrie Irving. I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe do you run zone? I don't know. Help me out, y'all. I don't know how I would defend that team. I really don't. I don't know what I would do. Robert Games, back to the chat. Shout out to Robert Games. He said, we all know the finals is going to be Lakers versus Nets. I agree. Barring injuries, I agree. Poetic said, I just think he needs to be more assertive. Talking about AD, I absolutely 1,000% agree, sir. Shout out to my boy Rebel Life Boxing. Shout out to my boy. He said, if he is, then Demetrius Andre needs to try to seize the moment by trying to scrap with Caleb Plant at 168. That's a hell of a point. But let me ask you this, Rebel. Do you think Caleb Plant would take a fight with him? Because if he already talking his money talk with Canelo, and we all know he going to get a bag with him, then what is he going to want to fight Andre, who really, honestly, isn't as popular as a Caleb Plant? He doesn't have a bag like Canelo. Do you really think he's going to take that high-risk, low-reward fight? And he's with PBC? I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But that's a hell of a plan if you're Demetrius Andre. He need to go up there and fight somebody if he can't get no fucking unification bouts at 160. It is what it is. He need to do something because his career, what is he, 33, 34 years of age? Man, getting up there in age, man, how many years left does he have in his prime? I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, man, like I was saying about the NBA, it's been a pretty weird year because there's been so many injuries. Honestly, this is one of the years that I really haven't watched basketball as much because, of course, I'm so consumed with boxing, right? And I try to put out as much content for y'all on the sport of boxing as I can. And plus, two of my favorite players have been hurt for the majority of this season anyway. You know, with that being LeBron, who was my number one favorite player, and James Harden. And they both just basically came back at the same goddamn time. So I just been a little down, man, because it just seems like the basketball gods don't give us what we want to see. Because in a perfect world, I just want everybody to be 1,000% healthy so we can get the NBA finals we want. Because what was that, last year or the year before last when KD got hurt and then Klay Thompson got hurt in game, what was it, 6 or game 5? I mean, come on, man. Toronto was supposed to win. Steph was out there on the island with Draymond Green, like by himself, going up against Kawhi, fucking Kyle Lowry. You understand what I'm saying? Van Fleet, Ibaka. So I just feel like, man, in basketball, we get cheated so many times due to injuries. Hell, Kyrie just got hurt last night or the night before. Broke his goddamn face. You know, he's out for Lord knows how long. So again, man, we're gearing up for the playoffs. I just really wish we just get the matchups we want to see. And I just want everybody to be 100% healthy. But if ain't nobody going to come on and rock with me, man, I'm about to head out. But I'm going to read this one last super chat. He said, hell yeah, if Andrade vacates and moves up to 168 and beats Plant, Canelo will have no choice. But at the same, if I'm Andrade, I'm doing the bare minimum to win to get guys in the ring easier. As easier said than done in the sport of boxing, bro. Because you keep playing with the sport gonna fucking play you. He'll get fucking around and get knocked out because we seen him get caught a couple of times by Liam Williams last fight. But those are my thoughts, man. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Hit that notification bell so you can sub to my channel. Until next time, just like that, I'm gone. Holla.